give you updates. This week, you will have 2 new assignments. The first one, I just posted. So now you can see it in Canvas. That's quiz number 2. Yeah. Quiz number 2. Okay? Yeah. All right. Then the second assignment, I will post it after Thursday's class. So Friday. Yeah. Friday morning. So you can see that is our homework assignment number 1. Yeah. The second assignment. Homework assignment number 1, our first big assignment. We will have 3 homework assignments. Our first one. First one, I do not plan to give you query questions. All concept, 25 concept questions. Yeah. So we need a little more preparation on the SQL queries. So then, after homework assignment 1, I will give you homework assignment 2. You need to do 10 query questions. Yeah. At that time, so we have a little more experience. Then we start do the SQL queries. That's the plan. Yeah. For today's lecture, I plan to go to part C directly. For part B, I have 2 case studies left. I mentioned last time. So I plan to delay that 2 case studies a little bit. Delay, because I want to cover more materials for first homework assignment. So delay 2 case studies after the first homework assignment is assigned. Yeah, because those 2 case studies, I don't want to skip because the ideas in those 2 case studies very important, very useful in your real world applications. Yeah. If you know this idea, so later sometime, when you have the right situation, you can get a very impressive performance. Yeah. So, but that one next week. Yeah. This week we will get a homework assignment number 1 assigned. So next week I can talk about those 2 case studies. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Part C, the topic, MySQL regular expressions. Cool. Yeah. C.1. First, I want to explain a little more about this concept, database catalog. Yeah. Last time, we learned a little bit, the catalog. 2 cylinders, right? The left cylinder, it's a database catalog. So this time, we want to learn some basic properties of database catalog concept. Yeah. All right. First, it contains metadata of database. So we know this concept, right? Metadata. Okay. Yeah, here I do not explain it. Yeah. All right. Useful information about the data in the database. Yeah. Specifically, the structure, constraints, type, and the storage format. Yeah. The content. So what is inside that metadata? These things. This kind of information inside the metadata. Very important for our users to access the business data. Yeah. Accessed by DBMS. Yeah. All right. So we rely on. Yeah. We rely on DBMS to apply this metadata to access the business data in the right way. Yeah. In the right way. Yeah. All right. Then, DBMS catalog, the same meaning as the database catalog. Yeah. Yeah. Not 2 different concepts. Okay. Not 2 different concepts. Yeah. All right. Then, database, about the database objects. Yeah. database objects. Yeah. Let's look at this concept. Yeah. All right. Users are not allowed to modify the details in it directly. Yeah. Yeah, so we mentioned it last time. We know the database, the data inside the database is stored on the hard drive. Yeah. But we cannot access the hard drive, the data stored on the hard drive directly, yeah, because you will mess up the data. So you have to go through DBMS using the metadata to access the business data in the right way. Yeah. Users can only view the table in it. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Only DBMS can access it, yeah, in the right way. DBMS knows how to access in a correct way. Yeah. All right. Then this NoSQL, related to this NoSQL system, we know the non-traditional DBMS for the social media data. That one, remember the last time we talked about the structure key value pairs, right? The structure in this NoSQL, simple structure. Yeah. Basically, key value pairs. That's the typical structure. And you can see, for that simple structure, no metadata is needed, right? Why you need extra descriptive data for the simple structure, right? Yeah, because in the NoSQL systems, you always use the key value pairs, yeah. So, yeah. Just like the JSON data format, yeah. JSON objects. Yeah. In key value pairs, yeah, you don't need more data description. Yeah. It's enough. Yeah. So that's the special property, yeah. The simplicity, yeah, of this NoSQL systems. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So that's some basic properties of this concept database catalog. Yeah. Yeah. That should be enough. Yeah. So that for our background. Yeah. Next, our main topic of Part C. Regular expressions. MySQL, we know, yeah, many places in our programming languages we can use regular expressions, right? Yeah, Unix, Java, JavaScript, many high-level programming languages, they all support regular expressions. Yeah. But the basic idea, the same. But in our DBMS, is specifically MySQL version DBMS. Yeah. It has its own version, regular expressions. Yeah. The major part, the same as the common regular expressions, but because MySQL, we know, it has the special extension part, right? Yeah, it has special extension part. So there is sometimes, if it's necessary, then some special rules could be used. Yeah, so that's why we only talk about MySQL regular expressions. Yeah. All right. First, let's look at the patterns. Yeah. Here, I only use one slide to talk about the pattern. Yeah. Yeah, because we don't need to cover too many patterns. Yeah. Large number of pattern documentation. Here, I just want to show you the main idea, yeah, how to use regular expressions in our SQL queries. Yeah. In our homework assignment number 2, you will do several questions using regular expressions. Not in some homework number 1. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Pattern matching. So here I use a table, yeah, to show you the basic. Oh, yeah. Before I show you before I show you the regular expression patterns, there is another simple, useful, much simpler than regular expressions. Inside MySQL for pattern matching, there is a like operator. Like, it's a keyword, like. Yeah. Like, under like operator, there are some simple rules. Yeah. So let's look at this like operator first. Yeah. Yeah. Very simple. You only need to learn some minimum number of rules. Then you can use it, like operator. But not as powerful as regular expression. Regular expression, pattern matching, much more powerful than this like operator. Yeah, so we have two ways. The first way, the like operator way. Second way, regular expression way. When we use regular expression, we need to use this operator, specific, reg, exp. Yeah, this is the keyword, keyword for the regular expression pattern matching. Yeah. All right. Yeah. And they have these two ways, they have completely different syntax. So, yeah. But many times, students are confused. Okay? Confused. When they use the like operator inside the pattern description, they use some regular expression way. Then the other way around, in a regular expression pattern matching place, they use the like operator way. Yeah, messed up. Yeah, it's pretty common. Yeah. You need to separate. Some operators, symbols, you can only use in the like operator, and some special notations you can only use in the regular expression pattern description. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Here, let me explain. So, in this class, we only learn this many patterns. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Not too many. Not too many. Yeah, we just get some idea. Yeah. All right. The first column, that's the symbols for the pattern description. Okay, symbol for the pattern part. Then the second column, the meaning. Okay, yeah. The meaning of the pattern to be matched. Yeah. All right. Yeah. One by one. Yeah. If you learn Unix, here we just recall. Yeah. Yeah. First, this symbol. Okay. Yeah. This symbol. Yeah. Yeah. That means the beginning of string. Yeah. Actually, this symbol has two different meanings. Yeah. So here, yeah. Do not get confused. This is the first meaning. Yeah. Yeah. This, like a hat symbol. Yeah. Yeah. Beginning. So you match position. So when you see this symbol, it tells you should match the string from the beginning of the string. Yeah. So later we will see some example. So you will see how to use it. Beginning of a string. Yeah. All right. Later you will see another different meaning of the symbol. Then the $, end of string. Yeah. So you have beginning, have end. Yeah. So when you see this $, so now you need to match the end of the string. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Beginning and end. Yeah. For the like operator, no beginning end. Yeah. So like operator, the syntax is quite different. Yeah. So it's not needed, beginning or end. Yeah. All right. Then the dot operator, one dot. Yeah. One dot represents any single character, one dot. Okay? Yeah. In regular expression. You just want to represent one character. Yeah. But any character, one dot. Yeah. Then the star, asterisk, star. Yeah. Yeah. So that's the meaning, 0 or more instances of preceding element. Yeah. Preceding element. Yeah. Yeah. So what's that? Preceding element. One specific pattern. Element. The meaning of element, that's a portion of the pattern. Yeah. Small expression about a pattern description. Yeah. One element, yeah, because that expression, you only want to represent a portion of the string. So that's one element. That element, after one element, if you follow it by a star character, that means 0 or more instance. Repeat that same subpattern. Yeah. If we call it, it's a subpattern. 0 or more, any number of instances. Yeah. So later we will see the example. Yeah. Plus, similar, but we change this 0 to 1. Okay, 1 or more instances of preceding element. Yeah. Plus sign. Yeah. Okay. All right. Next one. Yeah. All right. Inside a pair of brackets. Yeah. So, any character listed between. Yeah. Yeah. Ellipsis, sign. Yeah. Because sometimes inside brackets, we want to list a sequence of characters, but we don't want to list all the characters in a sequence. For example, all the digits from 0 through 9, we just type 0, ellipsis, 9. Yeah? So we don't need to specify all the digits between 0 and 9. Yeah. A, B, C, D, A to Z. Yeah. We do not need to specify all of them. Yeah. Any character listed between, yeah, or, oh yeah, oh sorry, that's not that. Yeah. Yeah. So this ellipsis, not the ellipsis. Here, actually, ellipsis here means something inside this pair of brackets. Yeah. We use here, all right. A, B, C, inside brackets. That ellipsis represent content in the pair of brackets. Yeah. Yeah. You have several characters, several subpatterns inside pair of brackets. So any character listed between the brackets. Yeah. If I use this capital ABC, any character in these three, ABC, okay, could be A, could be B, could be C. Yeah, that's the meaning. Okay. Yeah. So you have 3 characters, yeah, but you only select one. Okay. You only match one of the 3. That's the meaning. Any character listed between the brackets. Yeah. Yeah. So I need to correct. At the beginning, I said that ellipsis. Actually, digit. If you want to do the digit 0 through 9, you use dash. Okay. Yeah. 9 digits. 0 dash 9. Yeah. You do not use ellipsis. Yeah. A character A through Z. Lowercase a through Z, you use dash, okay? Yeah. Capital A through Z, yeah, you use dash, yeah. Yeah. So you can, that means all the characters between. Yeah. You do not use. So this ellipsis not really, yeah, just represent anything inside, yeah, anything inside this pair of brackets. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Then. Now this time, this hat symbol, second time. Yeah. This time we use it inside a pair of brackets. as the first character. Yeah, it must be the first character inside a pair of brackets. Yeah, its meaning is different. The meaning is any character not listed between the brackets. Yeah. It's a negation operator, not listed. Okay, negation operator. Yeah. All right. For example, if I use this symbol, then ABC. Okay. Yeah. Negation. So not ABC. Any character not in this list, ABC list. Yeah. So D, 5, any character other than these characters. Yeah. So that's the second meaning. Okay. Yeah. Do not get confused. Yeah. Yeah. You see how do we use this symbol? Okay. Yeah. All right. Then another way, yeah. Vertical bar this time. Vertical bar. P1 means pattern 1. Okay? Yeah, so not this literal P1, okay? Just the pattern description 1. Okay? Yeah, I use P1 represent. You should see specific pattern description. Yeah, P1, vertical bar, P2, vertical bar, P3. Meaning alternation matches any of the three patterns, several patterns. Yeah. 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 All right. Then, next one, inside a pair of curly braces, you put an integer. Yeah. One integer inside the curly braces and instances of preceding element. You repeat the preceding element n times. Yeah. A pair of curly braces, a number. Yeah. The last one, yeah. Last one, yeah. For this class. Yeah. Inside a pair of curly braces, two integers, m comma n. Yeah. Two integers separated by comma. The meaning m through n instances. The minimum now, yeah. So you can take several instances. The minimum number of instances is m. The maximum number of instances is n. Yeah. Yeah. So several possibilities. Yeah. So these two different ways. Yeah. All right. So that's the basic rules. So that's enough for this class. Yeah. Yeah. When you need to use more, you can search the online documentation. Yeah. Large number of. Yeah. So we don't need to cover that many. Okay. Yeah. Because we just want to get familiar with the basic usage. Yeah. That's enough. Yeah. All right. Next, I want to show you several examples for regular expressions. Yeah. All right. Yeah. The first example. Yeah. Oh, here, yeah. When we do these examples, starting from this lecture, I need to post another database. That's the main database for this class. Yeah. So that database, starting from today's lecture, we need to use that database as our main database for this class. Yeah. That means a large number of our homework questions and test questions where we use this database. Yeah. There are two databases. One is the Microsoft Northwind. Yeah. I showed you last time. Northwind database. Yeah. That one we will also use for our homework questions and test questions. And this one. This is the company database. Yeah. So I need to introduce. I haven't posted the script. After today's class, I will post the script. So the database name is called company. company database. Yeah. All right? Yeah. So there are 6 tables in this database about some simple company. Yeah. All right. So in that database, yeah, here, yeah, there is an employee table. Yeah. 6 tables. Employee table, department table, project table, department location table, and there is another, and there is a dependent table. Then works on table, yeah, here, not 6. Yeah. Employee table, first one. Department table, second one. Project table, third one. Department location table, fourth one. Dependent table, dependent of employees, dependent table. And the last one, works on. Works on gives us information between employee and projects. Employees work on projects, that relationship. That's the last table. Yeah. Yeah. So, and here, in this one, we need to use the employee table. Retrieve all employees whose address is in Houston, Texas. Yeah. In employee table, yeah, the information, the social security number of the employee, yeah, and sex, male, female, and the salary of the employee, address, birth date, those that kind of information. Okay, yeah, yeah. All right, but here we only use the address information in this question. Now we do not look at other information. Only look at the address information. Address, it is a string, right? String. So we search address data. We use the pattern matching. Pattern matching 2 ways, like operator way and the regular expression way. Yeah. All right. Yeah. First example, we use the like operator. Okay. Yeah. Because it's very simple. We use the like operator. Yeah. Like operator here, when we do the matching here, you can see we use a special symbol, percent symbol, at the beginning and at the end. Yeah. This symbol means anything. Yeah. Anything can appear before the Houston, this word. Yeah. Anything including 0, nothing. Anything including nothing. Okay? And anything means any number of characters is okay. Yeah. Yeah. So anything. 0 or more characters, let's say in this way. Okay? 0 or more characters. Yeah. So this percent sign. Yeah. All right. Before Houston, any number of characters you can put there. After TX, any number of characters you can put there. Yeah. That's simple. Yeah. That's the like operator way. Yeah. Very simple. Yeah. All right. Then, regular expression version. Yeah. We do the same question, but this time we use regular expression to represent the same pattern. Yeah. Because this pattern very simple. Yeah. Yeah. We use regular expression way. Now you can see the syntax, the rules, quite different. Yeah. Just the Houston, comma, TX. Before Houston, in regular expression, we do not need to give anything. Yeah, nothing. Nothing before Houston. Yeah. Nothing means, yeah, in regular expression, you can see, nothing means you can put anything. Yeah. You can put anything there. Okay? Yeah. It does not say anything, you can put anything there. Yeah. But for the like operator, it's different. Okay? like operator, if we write single quote, Houston, nothing, that means you cannot put anything, okay? Nothing appears before capital H. You cannot put anything before capital H, okay? Yeah. So the syntax is different. Cannot put anything before capital H. Yeah. So do not get confused, okay? Yeah. So that's why I said many students get confused. Yeah. The like operator way and the regular expression way messed up. Yeah. All right. The style different. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Similarly, after TX, yeah, same way. Yeah. All right. But here there is, so here. Yeah. Although we can use these two different ways, but in general, the like operator way to do the pattern matching is mainly for simple patterns. Yeah. For complex patterns, we cannot use the like operator. Okay? Yeah. Too simple, because this way we have a lot of limitations. Yeah. The regular expression way, we can represent very complex patterns. Yeah. So more powerful. Yeah. All right. So here the question. Yeah. Look at the space here. Space is a character, right? Yeah. So when we type address information, the city name Houston, comma, then the state notation, capital T, capital X, and before the state string, do we put base character or not? Right? Yeah. Yeah. So in the real world situation, yeah, you try to imagine when the data is entered. Yeah, both cases could happen, right? Yeah. Sometimes, yeah, because data entered by data entry people, right? Data entry people. Yeah. Sometimes people type the character, but sometimes people may not type character. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. But you don't want to reject, right? Yeah. So when you do the data search, yeah, so you accept both ways. Yeah. With that space character, without that space character, both ways are legal, right? Yeah. Yeah. Both ways are legal. Okay? All right. So in order to include both ways, yeah, because and if you use the like operator, it's hard to include both ways, right? Yeah. Like operator, yeah, in that case, probably you need to do this way. Yeah. So here, let me yeah. We can still do it, yeah, if we want to do it. Okay? Yeah. All right. So let's do it here. Yeah. All right. Like, all right, yeah. The first way, Houston, comma, let's say without space, okay, TX. Okay. And the second way, we need to accept it, right? Yeah. So we use or operator. Okay. Yeah. There is or. Yeah. Second way also should be accepted. Yeah. So address, then like. Yeah. This time we leave a space. Okay. Yeah. TX. Yeah. Yeah. So then we cover both cases. Okay. Yeah. If you use like operator, try to accept both cases. Yeah. But the regular expression, we use one pattern to cover both cases. Right. How to cover Houston, comma, after we use a pair of curly braces. All right. So here, there is a space character before this pair of curly braces. Yeah. So there is a small gap. When you see a small gap, that means there is one space character. Okay? One space character. Yeah. Remember, after the space character, you have a pair of curly braces, 0, 1. Okay? Starting from 0 instance, this instance means no space, right? 0 instance of space, no space. 1 instance of space, 1 space character. Okay? You allow these two cases, 0 or 1 instance of preceding element. What's the preceding element? The space character is the preceding element. Yeah. That's the meaning. Yeah. So you can see, yeah, regular expression way. Yeah. All right. That's this example. All right. Yeah. Yeah. So here. All right. Then another example. Yeah. So here we still, yeah, because at the beginning we're not familiar with the company database. Yeah. But here we only use a small portion of the employee table. Employee table has many fields, but we only use the address field. Yeah. So in that way, we do not need information of other fields. Yeah. We only use this address information. It's a string value. This time, retrieve all employees whose address is in California, yeah, state, yeah, matching the California CA part. Okay, but street number, we need to specify special pattern for the street number. The street number has exact 3 digits. Okay, yeah. So let's write this regular expression. This time we cannot use like operator because it is very hard to represent the required details using the syntax in like operator. So we have to use the regular expression way to write. Yeah. All right, so let's look at the pattern part. Yeah, and. Okay, and. All right. Yeah. So this and, we have different ways. Yeah. Yeah. Because I used that or operator before. Similarly, we can use and operator, right? Yeah. So we can write 2 different patterns. Then we can use and way. Yeah. Yeah. Or another way, we can put everything in one pattern. Yeah. One place, one pattern. Yeah. So there are 2 ways. All right. The first way, yeah, we just regular explain. Try to understand here. Yeah. Look at the pattern expression. Okay. Yeah. All right. First, this special hash symbol. Yeah. Remember, that's the beginning of the string, right? Yeah. Yeah. Because the string number appears at the beginning of the address string, right? Yeah. Yeah. So in a typical address, we start with the street number. Okay. So here we only match the beginning 3 digits. We do not match the 3 digits somewhere in the middle of the address. Okay? So that's the meaning. That's why. So we needed this special symbol. Okay? All right. Beginning of the string. Yeah. Then we describe 3 consecutive digits. Exact 3 digits. How to represent a pair of brackets inside. We only take 1 character inside this pair of brackets. But there are several options, 0-9. One of the 10 digits, yeah, the character we select, we only select 1 digit. Okay? 1 digit in this range the range is between 0 through 9 digits. Yeah. But we select one, okay? Now, one of the 10 digits in this range. All right. But that's just the one instance, right? Yeah, one instance. In order to specify exact, so we use a pair of curly braces. Inside it, we put the number 3. Yeah. That tells us you need 3 instances. 3 instances of the preceding element. Yeah, here, what's the preceding element? This bracket expression. Okay? Preceding element. Yeah. It's a 1 digit. 1 digit, you repeat it 3 times, but when you repeat the pattern. You do not repeat the same digit. Okay? Yeah. You select 3. Next time when you do it, you can use 4. You can use 5, any digit. So you repeat that pattern. It's not you repeat the same digit. Yeah. So 3, that's exact 3 digits. Okay. After 3 digits, yeah, we know the state representation, capital CA, should be at the end of the string, right? Yeah. So in the address whole string, at the end, you have the state information, the end of the address, so $ represent the end of the string. In between, dot, any character, okay? After the 3 digit, oh yeah, actually, here, there is one little thing you need to pay attention. Yeah. One little thing, yeah. Because here, that little thing is, after that pair of curly braces, can you see there is a space character right after it? There is a small gap here, okay? I put a small gap. That means there is a space character right after that curly braces. Yeah. That means after 3 digit, you have to have one white space character. That means if you skip that white space, you may have 4 digits, right? Yeah. Because after 3 digits, any character is okay, right? Yeah. Any character is okay. Then 4 digit, 5 digit, all selected. That's why you have to use this white space to stop including more than 3 digit string number cases. Yeah. Yeah. So that's why don't miss this white space. After white space, then dot after white space. Any character after white space. Repeated by 0 or more instances. Yeah. 0 or more instances. Any number of characters. Then at the end, capital C, capital A, end of the string. See? That's the whole pattern. We use regular expression syntax to represent the whole pattern. Okay? Try to cover all the details here. Yeah. All right. But before we move to the next one, yeah, because here there is an and, right? Yeah, and. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you can use a different way. Yeah. Let me see. What's the here? All right. Yeah. So here, yeah, because some students get confused. Yeah. Some students, when they need any number of instances, they mess up with the like operator way. That percent is the symbol, special symbol used in the like operator pattern description. Yeah? But they get confused. They put the percent sign there. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Common mistake. Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. Another question. Yeah. But before the next question, I may like to, use another way. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. All right. And yeah, how about we can do this way. Yeah. Address something. Yeah. So I do not. I just start from the regexp. The first part, the beginning part, we still use this. Okay. Yeah. 0-9, 3 instances. After it, we need to put a space character. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. All right. So that's the first part. Then, AND operator. AND operator. Okay? AND operator still address. Okay? Address. Then, this reg expression. The second part. Okay? All right. This time, we match the trading part. Yeah. Capital C, capital A, and $. Yeah. So in this way, before capital C, anything is okay. Okay. So we match the, two string requirements. Okay. In this way. Yeah. All right. Yeah. The next question. Retrieve all employees whose first name starts with capital A, capital B, or capital C. Yeah? First name. Yeah. First name. Yeah. In the employee table, there is one field called first name. Yeah. First name, it's called a F name. Yeah. It's not a, for F name. Yeah. Last name, it's called a L name. Yeah. The field name. Yeah. All right. So the first name starts with one of the 3 characters, capital A or capital B or capital C. Yeah. That's easy. We have another pattern, right? We need to select one of the several cases in a pair of brackets. Yeah. So here, yeah, we use regular expression. Yeah. All right. So F name, last, yeah, first name, yeah, whatever. Because we retrieve all the employees. Yeah. So the condition, F name, reg exp, yeah, beginning, yeah, starts with, start. So beginning of the first name, that inside a pair of brackets, there are 3 options. A option, or B option, or C option. Okay? Yeah. 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 Simple? Yeah. Just like this. Okay? Yeah. Actually, for this question, we have several different ways. We do the same thing. We can have several different ways. Yeah. All right. Can also be this way. Yeah. Sometimes people use a pair of parentheses. Yeah. Yeah. Also okay. Yeah. Brackets by pair of parentheses. Yeah. All right. And another way, yeah, because it's your subpattern is single character, you can remove the vertical bar. Okay. For the single character case, we can remove the vertical bar. Yeah. Because inside a pair of brackets, you list all the characters, we only take one of the characters in the list inside a pair of brackets. Yeah. So we can skip the vertical bar. Okay? All right. Yeah. But for the vertical bar case, because vertical bar case, we can do the general pattern description. Subpattern 1, subpattern 2, subpattern 3. If your subpattern is not for single character, your subpattern could be relatively complicated. Yeah? So you need to use vertical bar to separate. Yeah. Single character, vertical bar can be removed. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah. So. Yeah. Yeah. You can also use dash A through C. Yeah. Dash. Yeah. If you have more, yeah. Yeah. Because when you have more characters, then this way simpler. Yeah. Because you don't want to list, if you have 10 characters, you want to put the 10 characters there. Yeah. You use this dash way, consecutive characters. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah, so some more examples. All right. So this time, last name. Yeah. We'll work on the last name. Last name has exactly 6 characters. Okay? Yeah. Exactly 6 characters. Yeah. Yeah. So we use the regular expression. Yeah. Very simple way. Yeah. 1 character repeated. That instance, that pattern, the element repeated exact 6 times. Yeah. All right. All right. Yeah. So one way, yeah, beginning, end, right? Okay. So the last name, the pattern. From beginning to the end, yeah. In between, any character repeated exact 6 times. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. So 6 characters. 6 different characters. 6 arbitrary characters. So this one, 6 arbitrary characters. Yeah. Okay? Yeah. All right. And but there is another way. Yeah. So in MySQL, for this kind of situation, we do not need to use regular expression. There is a simple way. There is a length function. MySQL has a length function, length of the string. Okay. So you use the length function inside parenthesis. You pass L name to this length function. Its length equals 6. That's a simple way. Yeah. Yeah. So in this case, we like to use this simple way, length function. Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. Then another example, retrieve all employees whose last name starts with a character that cannot be any of the 3 characters J, S, or W. Yeah. Cannot. Negation, right? Yeah. Here we need to use that negation symbol. Cannot. So other characters other than these 3 characters. Yeah. So that's a little hat symbol. Yeah. All right. Here you can see, yeah. So this time, start with, okay? Start with, so you need to use the start symbol first. Inside pair of brackets, you use the negation symbol. Negate. Yeah. Cannot be J, cannot be capital S and a capital W. Okay? Yeah. None of any of the 3 characters. Yeah. Okay? Yeah? Yeah. So that's the, basic usage. Yeah, all right, yeah. Then, yeah, that's the part 4. Right. Retrieve all employees who were born in 1960s. Yeah. Here we need to use the birth dates. Yeah, birth dates. Birth dates, the field name called B dates. B date. Yeah, the field name different. Yeah, just field name. But the birthday representation, it is a standard date format. The date format, yeah. Date format, here I haven't talked about the date format, yeah, but that part is simple. First, let me give you the standard SQL date format. All right. First 4 digits Y, okay? Y, year, okay? 4 characters, that's the year part, all right? Yeah. Then dash. After year, you separate year and a month. Then 2 characters for month. Dash, 2 characters for day. Yeah. So this is the SQL date format, standard SQL date format. Okay, yeah, date format. Yeah. Yeah. When you write a data, you have to use this format. Okay, yeah. All right. Then, so we stored this kind of data inside the, for the birthday, that the data. Now, you do the regular expression, 1960s, you only match the first 3 digits, 197. Okay, the remaining, just any valid data is fine. Yeah. So you only match the first 3 digits, 197. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. All right. This is the simplest way. Yeah. This is the simplest way. Yeah. Although there are many different ways. Many different ways people can use. For example, many students, so they, for this kind of questions, they can also use year function. Yeah, because there is a year function. Okay, year function, you pass the day data there, only extract the year part. Okay, then year part 197. Yeah, that's a year. The year, it's a number. You can use that number greater or equal to 1970. 1970, yeah. Then less than equal to 1979, right? Yeah. So many different ways you can do. But this way is very simple. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You have many different ways to do it. Yeah. Yeah. Year function. Yeah. All right. Another example. Retrieve all employees whose address contains a $sign. Yeah. This time because there is some special way. Yeah. Here, inside the string, we want to match the $sign, that literal $sign. Okay? Because $sign in a regular expression is a special symbol, right? Yeah. Yeah. It has the meaning, the end of the string meaning. But now here, we don't want to use the special meaning, end of the string meaning. We want to escape it. We want to escape it, the $sign. Okay? Yeah. Do not treat $sign as the end of the string meaning. When you see the $sign, you use the literal $sign. Okay? That's the main thing we need to do. How to escape the special meaning of the $sign. Double backslash, not single. Okay, double backslash. Yeah. Yeah. Single, it won't work. Only double, it works. Okay? Yeah. Backslash. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Because in Java, when you use Java, when you want to escape something, you use double backslash, right? Single backslash, because the path, you use single backslash, right? When you write a path in the string, that's the single path. So you need to double it. When you double it, that's the escape meaning. Here is, yeah. Because if you use single one, that's the backslash. That's the literal backslash, right? Yeah. So you double it, you want to escape. Yeah, that's why, yeah. You just know, when you want to escape something, you use double backslash. Do not use single backslash. You only need to know that. Yeah. All right? Yeah. So here, this time we match the literal $sign. Yeah. All right? All right. Similarly, Yeah. Well, here, retrieve all employee whose address does not contain $sign. Yeah. Does not. Negation. Negation. Okay. All right. This negation, when we do the negation, we also have many different ways. Yeah. Yeah. But in regular expression, yeah, let me look at how much time I left. I want to complete. Yeah. Yeah. Good. 10 minutes. So I can complete, the whole topic today. After this, we just have one more slide. Yeah, we can complete. All right. Yeah. But when we talk about negation, yeah, so we also have more than one way to do it. Yeah. One way that negation character, that little hat, that's one. Yeah. But there is another very useful negation way. That's the not operator. We use not operator. Then it's very convenient. Many times that not operator is better than that, little negation character. Yeah. All right, so here, let's do that negation. This time we use the not operator, okay? Yeah. So you just modify the previous answer, but does not contain not regular expression, the symbol. So not here, yeah, because if it contains, yeah, so the value of this regular expression, you evaluate, you get true, right? You put a not, so true becomes false, okay? Yeah. So not true, false. False, you do not select it, okay? If it does not contain that $sign, then this becomes false, right? Yeah, does not contain, false. False, not false, it becomes true, so you select it, so negation. Yeah. Yeah. So this way, yeah. This not way, not a regular expression way, yeah, yeah. Sometimes very useful, okay, yeah, yeah. Sometimes it's better than that way, little hat inside a pair of brackets, yeah, yeah. All right, yeah. All right. So then, yeah, this time, yeah. So our last example today, yeah. Another special case. Yeah. Retrieve all employee whose, we're back to this address thing, contains exact one dot character. Okay. Dot character. Dot character, we know it's a special character. So this time we need to escape it. Because this time we want to match the literal dot, not special meaning of it. So we need to use double backslash to escape it. We want to take the literal meaning, dot meaning. Yeah. But here, we want to represent another information, exact information. Okay? Yeah? Yeah. This you need to represent it. Yeah. Because if you only match that literal dot character, that means you want to have the string contains at least one dot, right? You do not exclude more than one dot's case, right? If two dots still matched, right? Yeah. So here, we don't want to include more than one dots. Okay? If the address contains two dots at different locations, we want to exclude it. That's the exact meaning, okay? Yeah. So this example is the hardest one of today. Yeah, all the examples, this one. So we need to, really pay some special effort, yeah, to represent this pattern. Yeah. All right. Although you have more than one way to do it. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So first, this part easy. Escape it. Double backslash. This part easy. Okay. All right. Then represent exact one dot. That's the hardest part. Yeah. All right. Oh yeah. But here I didn't give you the answer. What I mean, I want you to try it first. Yeah. You can try it first. Yeah. Think about, so if you can find an appropriate way to represent it. Yeah. Okay? Yeah. Many different ways. Yeah. Yeah. But so here the hard part. Yeah. Before you try it, let me give you a little more expression when you try it. Yeah. Because there is one way you can use. First, let's just match one dot case, one dot character. Yeah. One dot character, we know, it may include more than one dot. The second part, can we remove remove the case containing more than one dots? Okay, yeah. Remove the case not. You use not reg exp operator. Okay, but if you want to remove that case, how to represent two dots in a string? Because two dots could be separated, right? Could be separated. Yeah. Yeah. So here there are many different solutions. Yeah. But you can try different ways. Yeah. Yeah. Two dots. Let's represent two dots pattern. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. All right. Double backslash one dot. All right. Yeah. Before this, anything before this character is fine, so we do not say anything. After that, because we want to describe two dots, between two dots, anything is fine, right? Yeah. This time, that dot is any character, right? Any character 0 or more. How about that? Star means 0 or more, right? Yeah. After that, another literal dot. Yeah. Look at this pattern. Does it match at least two dots? At least two dots in the string. But we exclude it. Okay? We exclude it. Yeah. So this part we use not reg exp. Exclude it. Okay? The first part, we take it, right? The first part, we take it. How about that? Okay? Yeah. And, right? Yeah, because we need both. And, yeah? Okay? This is just one way. Yeah. But many students, they also, some students, so here, because we use two regular expressions, yeah. So then we join two regular expressions. Some students, they use one regular expression. Yeah. One pattern describe single dot character. That's also okay. If you can do it, use one pattern. Yeah. One pattern you can represent exact one dot. Yeah. You can also do it. Okay? Yeah. All right? Yeah. Yeah. But that one not as easy as this one, right? Yeah. So here, you use a different logic. Yeah. To write the answers, yeah, you may have different logic to do the same thing. Yeah. All right? So we run out of time. Yeah. Yeah. But we finish this topic, this whole part C topic. We finish. Okay? All right. Yeah. So next time, part D. Yeah. Yeah. And then I can assign you first homework assignment. Two modules cover first two modules, first homework assignment. Yeah. So then module 3, we will do query. Okay. We will do the basic query part, yeah, Module 3. So we will practice query questions in Module 3. Yeah. All right, that's it.